Hello, everyone. As we try to get ready for the Cubs game, now I get ready to eat a bowl of cereal. Let's talk about the real issue here. This is a live stream anyway, in case you're watching this later. Just wanted to get this addressed, so I did it live. In case there's any UFC fans out there, please come in and comment, and we will take this moment of silence to go and send an invite. So we're not going nowhere, we're just sending an invite. So hold on a minute. Be with you directly, Yahoo. Okay, we are here. Now, we just wanted to send that message out to people so they can come jump in. Getting ready for the game soon, so I actually got the wrong hoodie on. Let me get my bowl for my bowl of cereal. But in case you guys were not informed, on Saturday Night Live, Jason Aldean, and in case you don't know who Jason Aldean is, he's a country music singer who was on stage when the guy in Las Vegas decided to start shooting people. And 58 people died with over 400 people injured, and became the biggest mass shooting of this country. And you can see the film of him running off stage once he realized there were shots being fired. Dana White wanted him to come out to UFC 216 in a sign of Vegas unity, because he had some of the victims that was there that night presence, and he wanted to show some unity, and he wanted Jason Aldean to show up. And Jason Aldean's people had contacted them and let him know that he's probably not going to be performing, singing anything. He's still traumatically shocked, and they don't want to go into that anymore. They don't want to deal with it right now. It's too soon. And so he honored and respected that. And he went to contact everybody else, some other country singers. All the country singers told Dana White no. So he ended up getting Everlast, the only country singer who really needed a job, and said, I'll do it. And he came out and they had Everlast there. Like, what does Everlast have to do with it? But Dana White needed a country singer because he felt like this was an attack on country music. So, you know, he needed a country singer. So he's mad that he gets the word that Jason Aldean is going to be on Saturday Night Live. So he calls TMZ and starts blasting everybody, because he starts blasting everybody, like going off on them, and that's going off on Jason Aldean. And he tells Jason Aldean he better stay out of Las Vegas, that he's a liar and he needs to stay out of Las Vegas. Why would you ever do that? Why would you do that? Mr. Dana White? See, here's the problem I have. You want one person to skip your PR event because they went to Saturday Night Live. Do you realize that your event is in Las Vegas, the place the shooting actually took place, and that he doesn't want to go right back to Las Vegas right now? It's a traumatic experience. He was out there when 8 other people lost their lives and hundreds more were hurt. Or would he go to New York for a much larger audience that's going to be seen around the world on Saturday Night Live or come to your little dog and pony show called UFC 216. You're mad. Nobody in country music wants to come to your propaganda PR to sell your event. Little showcase. No one else in country music agreed except for Everlast because he needed the money. Nobody else wanted to do that. Ask yourself that, Dana. But to tell somebody they can't go somewhere when they just went through a traumatic experience where their lives was in danger while you were sitting in your bed in your big mansion, sitting over there eating whatever it is that you're eating. I don't know. Maybe them roids is eating at your brains. You know, maybe they didn't ate a little bit of your brain cells out. But that's just a little tough pill to swallow. To tell somebody they can't come back to Vegas. After they just went through a traumatic experience in Las Vegas, you're mad they don't want to come back to Las Vegas. When the thing is, it ain't really been 2 weeks ago. And you want them to come right back out to Las Vegas. No, he probably don't want to come back out to Vegas to be reminded of what just happened. He was there, Dana. You were not. So it's easy for you to put together a propaganda piece where for him, where his life was in danger, he was on stage. He was more at risk than you were that night. He don't want to come back to Las Vegas right now. You should have took that and said, you know what, I understand, and left it at that. But that shows the type of person you are, Dana White. That shows your lack of empathy and concern for the whole situation. And everybody in country music knew you were using it as a propaganda PR piece, and they didn't want to be a part of it. So if you're mad at country music and you're mad at anybody else, be mad at yourself for being a lousy salesperson who would use a tragedy like this to try to boost and sell your it show. No, Demetrius Johnson is actually a great UFC fighter. He's a great what they call whatever they call mixed martial arts now. He's a great fighter, period. He's just a great fighter. He's the best fighter probably next to Anderson Silva and Royce Gracie that they've had in a long time in the sport. Great fighter. Because in the end, that's all it is fighting. He doesn't use a style. His style is whatever he feel like doing at the time. But he's studied in all these different, wrestling, takedown moves, submission moves. So, Mr. Johnson's reign is not by accident. But thank you for asking, sir. I appreciate that. No, I don't think it's that way. I think Dana White, he's so used to having power, but he's someone who didn't come from power. He's somebody who came from being bullied by power. And now that he's got in a position where he's got some power, he thinks he's somebody. And it kind of goes against his interests. And I think those performance enhancing things that he may or may not be taking is riding on his brain. Because he doesn't think, he's just direct impulse. So now that he's direct impulse, he's making things like statements that he shouldn't be making. Because who would make a statement like that from somebody who was out there in when bullets are flying over their head and people are losing lives, and you come out there and tell them where they can't go, and you're mad that they didn't come back to the scene of the city of the crime where this happened, where they were there. So that's telling anybody, the people that was out there last night, that they had to come to Vegas. Go ahead and explain, Dana White. Why would you even push that envelope? Why would you even push that button? See, this is just to show you an example of what Dana White really is. I don't like Dana White because I already knew this is who the person he was. I tried to tell you, you guys didn't want to listen. Now, you guys see the type of person he is now that he attacked somebody who was another innocent person, who was a victim of the biggest crime. Now, if he's going to treat that guy like that, imagine how he's going to treat your favorite MMA star. Imagine how he's going to treat anybody else. Imagine how he's going to treat anybody else in business that worked for him. This guy doesn't work for him. He doesn't need Dana White. Dana White just wanted to use him to sell his show. Not no sign of unity. He just used that as a PR scam, and they knew it. They don't want a part of your show, Dana. I don't want a part of your show. I just want them to phase Dana White out the way he should. He's already been paid because you ran the UFC into the ground. Everyone knows you ran it into the ground. You made it a dog and pony show. We know you want to make the fight in Russia with Khabib, with Conor McGregor, so you can cash out Conor and move on with the UFC. Exactly, Supreme. Maybe something really is wrong with this guy. So we have to find out more as it develops. But since we're doing that, this will be my last stream until I fix everything of what's going on with YouTube. I don't think I can make another live stream without them sending out my notifications. So until they respond back, I'm not going to do this. Well, whatever Dana's on, he needs to reevaluate what he's taking, because it's having some effects on his brain cells. And with that said, I'm out. I didn't want to make this a long one. I just wanted to address it and then be over with. Oh no, the M&M one you were gonna get. The reason why you got that is because it came from another IP. So when it comes from a different IP address, that's what they mess with. That didn't come live from my phone. Had it came from my phone, you might have had a different problem. See, I know how they work. But I'll deal with this and then we'll move on. Alright, I'm out.